Kia ora folk, it's Bridgitt the Naturopath here. You're listening to Radio Kidnappers, our community radio station right here in Hastings, Hawke's Bay. So welcome, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to my radio program, and I appreciate you. Okay, so if you don't know already, I am a registered and qualified naturopath and reflexologist, medical herbalist, nutritionist, and I do lymphatic drainage, all in my natural health clinic based in Napier, Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. And I just want to say that I welcome all souls, all folk into my clinic, regardless of your choice of the current worldwide events, regardless if you've been coerced or not, or you choose or you don't choose. I'm here to help all souls here on the planet. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Your decision does not alter my help for you. Okay. So today, so you can contact me on 027 284 3781 or at the radio station here. I have a Facebook page and I have a web page, www.maintainingyourhealth.co.nz. So that's all out of the way. Okay, so today it's coming into we're beginning of summer. Some say it's still spring, but the winds are winding up here in Hawke's Bay. So I think that it's quite appropriate to talk about hay fever and sinusitis today. I'm seeing it quite a lot in people I come across throughout the day and in clinic. So I'm going to have a chat to you about that today. Okay. So what are the symptoms? So we might have sneezing, continuous sneezing. We might have an itchy, dry throat. We might have a dry, hacking cough with no mucus. And you think, you might have a cold, but hang on a minute, have you got a fever? Have you got a sore throat? If you don't have a fever and you don't have sore throat, then it's more than likely that it's not a cold or anything else that's floating around. It's more related to hay fever or sinus or allergy symptoms. So that's what we've got to determine and just find out what's really going on for you. So, so continuous sneezing, dry, hacky cough with no mucus, itchy eyes, runny eyes, maybe watery eyes. You feel a bit of congested up here or even down through here around the cheekbones. There's nasal congestion. Some folk get like a continuous postnasal drip running down the back of their throat. Some folk go all the time. Especially if they've eaten, say, like a piece of cheese or they've had dairy and then 15, 20 minutes later. Okay, so cough can also be related to maybe heart medication. That can be a side effect. Cough can just be dust in the ear, but it can also be related to a thyroid nodule or thyroid issues and anything else. So we really have to determine, is it allergies or is it something else? That's where I come in. I'm holistic, so I look at your whole picture, okay? So let's talk about this hay fever a bit more, sinusitis. So you go, my mum and dad had it, and then, my auntie's got it, and then my grandparents have got it, and I go, yep, great. Yes, it is a little bit genetic, little bit genetic, absolutely. We all inherit from our parents, good and bad. But I believe that it's a bit more than that, and it can be from, you're sensitive to foods. Different foods can create an allergic reaction, hay fever or sinusitis, animal dander, pollen, different pollen and grasses and the winds, And, we've had lots of flowering trees lately, lots of lupin and wattle pines probably about to be released as well. So all those can exacerbate your symptoms. Also, I think that it's an overload of environmental toxins, including those pollens. Where you work, are you a hairdresser? Are you a panel beater? Are you around toxins and chemicals every day, all day? Do you work in an orchard? Do you work in vineyards? Because Hawke's Bay, we're surrounded by all that. Do you live by vineyards or orchards? So I believe it's just a build-up in your body, and then it gets to a level where your body can't handle that anymore. It can't detox it anymore, so it overflows, and then we have all these symptoms of allergy, hay fever, sinusitis come out. What else shall I talk about? Yes, food. So I'm a nutritionist. I'm a qualified, registered holistic nutritionist. So I look at your foods. I look at what you're eating. And don't think that, oh my God, she's going to put me on a detox, because I'm not. But I'm just going to tweak it a little bit, and just say, well, you might reduce this a little bit, might reduce that a little bit, and see how you feel on that. So wheat, anything, gluten, and dairy. Gluten's a huge inflammatory for hay fever and sinusitis. Gluten, we might as well talk about gut. Might as well talk about gut now anyway. So when your elimination systems aren't working as efficiently, this can create histamine in the body, excess histamine release. So I talk about gut a lot because I think it's really important. It's the underlying imbalance in practically every pathology that's out there. So leaky gut is when the lining of the gut wall splits like this. I don't know if you can see me on the radio. I'm separating my fingers slightly, and this allows environmental toxins, undigested food particles that are quite small to our human naked eye, but they leak into the immune system. And when this happens, your immune system goes, red alert, let's go to war. Let's go to war. We've got a foreign invader. And so they kind of they shoot histamine bullets. They release histamine to counteract these invading toxins into the body. So this creates excess histamine. There's many other ways that histamine gets released, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But really fixing up your gut so it can tolerate foods, digest foods, absorb foods, is one big part of your well-being plan. That if you came to me, I would look at definitely your gut house. Your other elimination systems need to be working as well, like your liver, because that detoxes hormones and many environmental toxins, pollens, things like that. It does such a huge job, your liver. And people go, oh, well, I've had a blood test and the doctor said it's all normal. And I said, yeah, but so you've come to see me and you've got hay fever and sinus and you've got maybe skin issues. That tells me that your liver is not normal and it needs a little bit of help. So bowels also. Are your bowels flowing every day? Are you straining? Are you constipated? What's your normal? Some people's normal is maybe 3 or 4 days, and I can tell you that's not normal. That might be your normal, but we need to eliminate your bodily waste. And if it's not, it's going to be building up, leaking back into the system, and therefore more histamine gets released because these are toxins leaking back into the system. So how's your kidneys? Are they filtering as they should be? They're like big sieves and they do their jobs too. So if you're not drinking enough water, then you're dehydrated. Well, your body releases histamine again. It's just a defense mechanism, I suppose, histamine. And we need our kidneys to be sieving. We need them to be flushing out toxins and waste. Like your lymphatic system. Is it sluggish? That's your immunity? Is it taking nutrients where it should be and exchanging fresh nutrients for waste? Is it doing its job properly? That's part of the picture that I will look at for you. Yeah, so even like going back to foods, like the gut, undigested foods sitting in the gut, that attracts bacteria as well, and so then more histamine gets released. So then you get an over excess of histamine, which affects all these hay fever, sinusitis, and allergy symptoms. Right. So what else do I need to talk about? So in the gut as well, we need a little bit of histamine, absolutely, because this helps to release the hydrochloric acid as well, which helps to break down your food. So it's not like we need to totally wipe it off the surface, wipe it off the planet. We need histamine a little bit. Now, histamine is also found in the brain. It's an essential for a neurotransmitter in the brain, and this is where that gut-brain link is really, really important through the vagus nerve as well. But we need this histamine because it affects our moods. So there's anxiety and depression and even panic attacks. So it's greatly linked there. If there is an excess of histamine as well, it affects your sleep. And I see a lot of women coming say to me, I'm just not sleeping. And a lot of these women are maybe in the menopausal phase as well. And I say, well, how's your histamine? And they look at me and go, what? And I say, well, it's actually linked. It's actually linked to leaky gut and what it's eating as well. So if you come in from that angle, if you fix up your leaky gut and your histamine excess, research has shown that really helps with your sleep. Okay, so what else? So, stress. So I wanted to talk about acute stress. And this, there's quite a lot at the moment in the worldwide climate. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of frustration and anger, and it's all stress. Like, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? What will you do? This acute stress encourages more release of histamine in the body. It causes your adrenals, which are this little glands that sit above the kidneys, to pump out cortisol. And when they get tired and then there's not enough cortisol, if the levels are low, then this increases histamine as well. So you're getting bombarded from histamine from lots of different angles, but it really does affect many processes in your body. Okay, so what else? We've talked about symptoms, moods, flushing. So, when we're in our menopausal stage and we might have a glass of wine and we're, oh goodness me, we've got all red on the chest and red in the face. And for those on radio, you can't see me, but I'm pretending I've got a flush. But, you might think that, yes, I've understood that, I know what she's talking about. But have you had a glass of wine with high histamine in it? So histamine foods are, wine, could be aged cheeses, fermented foods. There's quite a lot of histamine foods around. So, balancing your histamine levels in your body. And you could choose to eat less histamine foods or have wine with less histamine in it if you still want to have a glass of wine, organic wine maybe. What else have we got? So let's talk about how I can help you balance or lower your histamine levels. So you could come and have a consultation with me. I do acute 45, how much do I do? 20 minutes for $45. And or you can come and have a full-on consultation where I gather all your information and I create this well-being plan for you. So I look at your nutrition, I do things to help suggest your balance your stress levels, I do things to balance your gut dysfunction if it's leaking. I give you suggestions like herbal medicine because I'm a medical herbalist. So remedies, herbal remedies or teas, I have specific herbal tea mix for hay fever available in my clinic. Lovely herbs like elderflower, like what else? Bakel skullcap, eyebright, nettle. Nettle tea is just amazing. That's antihistamine. Plus it also has iron in it as well. Things to calm the farm down a little bit, like withania, something to help your adrenals, rhodiola, licorice if you don't have high blood pressure, which some folk do with stress and high histamine. So all medication is checked for any contraindications against any herbs. And I can mix you a herbal remedy, and you can take that and you think, some people love it. Some people go, oh my God, I can't handle that. And I go, no worries, I can get you a tablet, a herbal tablet. I have quality practitioner products available for you that I can cater for all folks of all different strokes, all budgets. We might want to do it slowly. We'll just look at your foods and cut down your histamine foods. Fix your gut slowly. Magnesium. Magnesium is really good. Magnesium and calcium. That's great for reducing stress and keeping things calm. You can take a tablet, or you can just do it through foods. You can do if you don't have a nut allergy, you can do it through raw nuts and seeds. That's your magnesium and calcium. Or you can do it through leafy green veggies. There's lots of calcium options without having to eat dairy. Reducing your dairy will help in the interim for reducing your reaction to hay fever and sinusitis as well. B6 is really good. P5P, it's low histamine, and that's really good for allergic reactions as well. I also do allergy food tests for seeing what foods that you are allergic to, and I do this through FX Med in Onikawa, and they have a variety of top quality allergy testing there for you. So if you think that this year you've never had hay fever or sinusitis before, last year was the beginning for me. I'm 55, it was 54. So last year was the very first time for me. So I have been working on my gut function, lowering my stress levels, trying to eat as healthy as possible. So if you would like to have a chat to me about how I can holistically help you balance your energy, your health, lower your inflammation, and help you alleviate symptoms of hay fever and sinusitis and other allergic reactions, you can contact me again on 027 284 3781, or here Ken will be able to direct you to Ken from Radio Kidnappers will be able to direct you to me. Okay, folks, so the tip of the day. Oh, I've got to think of that off the top of my head. Tip of the day. I was going to say work hard and be good to your mother, but, you know, that might increase more stress levels. So try and get out. Try and take a 5 or 10 minute break from your normal environment and do something different. Try and lower your stress levels. Yoga, walking, lovely cup of Calm Me herbal tea from Bridgitt. Anything that you can do to just calm the farm will be able to help alleviate some symptoms of hay fever and sinusitis. Okay, so stay kind out there. Be good to all folk regardless of all decisions. You never know what people are going through in their life, and I'll catch you next time. Kia ora.